Welcome back. All right, so we have a trade to discuss. I'd like to remind people too. I'm on every social media, tracking everything at all times. So I don't need people to let me know. Hey, this just happened. I know. But I got the Ducks season preview done, and the Ducks are not involved in this. So there's a reason I'm doing these teams in the order that I'm doing them. In fact, the Oilers, I'm saving for the last team in the Pacific. I'm going to do a season preview for, because we know the Oilers could have some moves to be made prior to Tuesday. Because Tuesday, of course, is when they have the deadline to match the contracts given to Broberg and Holloway. But this may very well tip their hand here, because Podkolzin, while he's not Holloway in terms of the hands at the NHL level, you know what? Podkolzin, he's not going to get the break in Vancouver. Like, I was doing the Vancouver season preview, and I did up all their lines and everything, and I'm like, I don't know where Podkolzin fits into this, to be honest. It just didn't look like there was a place for him. So trading him to Edmonton makes perfect sense. It really does. He played 19 games for Vancouver, 2 assists, -4. He's a good skater. The effort's there. He throws hits. I think he'll be popular with fans. He was a number 10 draft pick in 2019, has never come close to living up to the hype. But the Canucks get back a 2025 fourth round draft pick in this exchange. And again, they're trading out a player who really needs a fresh start. I hope Podkolzin does well in Edmonton. And I sincerely mean that. But yeah, he was not going to get any ice time in Vancouver this season. I'm looking at the 4 lines right now and going, yeah, like, unless you think he's going to push out either Kiefer Sherwood or Daniel Sprong, and I don't see him doing that, it made total sense to trade Podkolzin. So, bit of a surprise maybe that it's the Oilers, but it's quite possible that the Oilers made the best offer with a mid-round draft pick in 2025. So we'll see how Podkolzin does, but this, I think, was a good move by the Oilers, and for the Canucks, they trade out a player who very likely wasn't going to get games this season anyways. Coach Jared Bednar talking about Gabe Landeskog and saying he could return early in this season, which would follow the expectations of that surgery that he's had. And again, I mentioned not too long ago Lonzo Ball having that surgery, and he's back and doing scrimmages in basketball. And so it's quite possible that Landeskog isn't that far out. So what Bednar's saying here follows pretty well with that Landeskog should be back for the Avalanche soon, which is huge news if true for the Colorado Avalanche. They desperately need their captain back, and this could absolutely make them a hands-down favorite for the Stanley Cup in 2025 if he's 100% and if he's able to go out there and produce the way that we know that he can. I also wanted to throw in here, too, that I went to play on. I posted the one photo here on the channel, but it was a success in Cloverdale. There were a lot of people there who knew who I was and said they were fans of the channel and everything. And if they meant that, thank you. And if they didn't, thanks anyways. You know, it's fine either way. But it was a success. The estimates that I saw were between 900 and 1,000 people showed up. So hopefully next year they won't have as much trouble with sponsors. It's weird, right? Because this is something that kind of benefits charity. And yet sponsors were like, well, I mean, it benefits charity, but we want to see how it does before we're going to put our money behind it. That's silly when it comes to a charitable cause, I think, personally. Well, we want to make sure it's popular before we give it money. What? Wait, why? How? So next year I intend to help sponsor this too. So it moves on to Kelowna. I believe that's in a couple of weeks' time. We're not going up to Kelowna for that one. And if not for the drive home from Seattle being as absolutely insane as it was, I would have been at they had like a local celebrity type game. And I would have been at that one yesterday, but there was no way that Yvonne and I would have been able to get that done. I would have been less than useless out there. For people nodding and going, I don't see the difference between that and when you are posting live streams from your street hockey events. My answer to that is, all right, fair. Absolutely is fair. But anyways, I do intend to have a street hockey game. This coming Saturday is what I'm aiming for. I'll come up with a time, and that'll get posted on the Facebook page for the Hockey Guy channel here. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see some people there. I did notice they had no problem finding goaltenders. One thing that we normally don't have a problem with is finding goalies. But the last couple of meetups we've had, yeah, there's been a goaltending shortage. So hopefully that won't be a problem this coming weekend. Again, should we have a meetup. But yeah, it's nice to be home. Nice to see a trade take place. And again, I wish Podkolzin all the best in Edmonton. And I've seen some people going, "What? This is out of nowhere," and "Oh man," and "What? This is crazy." It's not. It's a player that wasn't going to play this year for Vancouver anyways, and maybe he gets a chance to play on that fourth line in Edmonton. And again, this may indicate that they're not going to match on Holloway. Maybe Podkolzin just slots in on that fourth line. Holloway goes to St. Louis. And this should be interesting to see how it turns out. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.